Hey there, Ranger Nation. It's Nate, and welcome to the Webcast with Attitude LR4. And this is episode 191.
Emotional damage.
Yes, and that's what our episode title is called. So we got a lot of stuff to cover. From news for Renegade Games Studios for Power Rangers and all that stuff. And then we've got Super 7 to talk about, New York Comic Con 2023, Funko, Power Rangers Legacy Wars, and we got Rick's Boom Time. And then we've got our Power Rangers episode rates for Cosmic Fury Episode 2, Beyond Repair. But before we get into all that, let me introduce you to my more phenomenal co-host. We've got Ryan. We've got Rick.
Hey.
And mainly we have
Emotional damage.
Where's your ticker to see how many times you're going to be playing that during this stream?
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said you need a ticker for how many times you're going to play that during this stream.
Should be like a drinking game. Every time I freaking play emotional damage, we take a sip of our drinks. Oh god, it's like Peter. It's like Pee Wee Herman. You said the secret word. Anyway, how was everybody's week? Let's go with Ryan. Ryan, how was your week?
Sucked.
Wow. Okay. Well, how was
it other than that, I mean, it really hasn't been too bad. Work, same old, same old.
Now it's Rick's turn.
It's there, or it's gone. So, yay, I guess.
So basically, you would say you're suffering from
Emotional damage.
I mean, that goes anytime, but, that's a whole different issue.
Yeah. This is going to be funny. People are going to go like, oh my God, dude, what the hell?
And this is where we get YouTube striked.
Yeah. So anyway,
multiple
guys,
times for the same video.
I'm saying this right now. We've tried to come up. Ryan tried to come up with a title, which was originally he had this idea. Go ahead and tell us what the title you thought of.
I think it was Powers Destroyed, but yeah, after rewatching episode 2, I'm like, yeah, this title fits perfectly.
Yeah, irreparable and Kim, our friend and admin and residential Pink Ranger. She had what was it? Irreparable damage.
Irreparable, yeah.
But then, being her like this, like, oh wait, I got a better one. She's like, no, wait, I'm gonna beat you to it. And she went with
Emotional damage.
So that's where it comes with
what she does to me on a regular basis.
Yeah. If you guys have watched Power Rangers Cosmic Fury episode 2, Beyond Repair, you would understand the title of our episode. We try to match up with the episode we're going to be discussing. That particular episode of that season. So, but yeah, so guys, first thing we're going to talk about is some of the Renegade Studio games that have been released that are up for order now and also for pre-order. Let's go ahead and show that right now. 1 sec. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Sorry. Even he's going through emotional damage. Like, dude, wrong one. So we've got the SPD Ranger Pack, which is Heroes of the Grid. That is available to buy right now. It is in the description of this video. So, guys, if you are interested in getting this, and if you guys have been playing the game Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, then and you want to add this to the set, I would suggest getting this. And then we have some other stuff too. We have another thing, which would go with the theme of SPD for Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. Merciless Villains, Merciless Minions pack number 2. So basically, you've got a lot of different the foot soldiers, the Crybots, and the blue Crybots, and then you've got the Tyranno drones. I am not just saying to Hasbro that they should get on making a Lightning Collection Tyranno drones, because people would love that. I know Rick would be buying up all of them just to freaking make an army. Yeah. His freaking account would be crying. At that point, he might go.
Yes, that would be my bank account.
That was great. Rick's dead. Wow, that's terrible. Oh god, that was great. Ryan, thumbs up on that one. Thumbs up on that one. That was a great one. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what else. So, like I said, guys, we have so much to talk about with the and so before we get on to more of the news on the side of Power Rangers from Renegade Studios, Ryan, you know something about, you've heard about Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. I don't know how well you know about that. What we can explain is Renegade Games does basically
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons style for different types of table role-playing tabletop games, basically. Now, if you were into this kind of thing, would you actually have gotten this if you knew what you're supposed to?
I mean, if he
Probably.
was into it, of course.
Yeah. Rick, we've been to PMC and we've seen them have this there, and
I want the little figurines.
Yeah, the figurines would be the one thing that you would just me and Rick would probably just collect. The game probably wouldn't be played at all.
Yeah, my DC, what's that called? I forget. Oh, the DC deck builder game is somewhere under my bed right now, not being used.
So basically, I mean,
that doesn't have little minifigures, unfortunately, but still.
And this all got started after they did Hyperforce. And that's what started them to do Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, because of Hyperforce. And, that's when they started this game and everything, because, it's like, oh, okay, we're going to go ahead and actually give you guys a chance at home to play this kind of role-playing game. And speaking of I think, Rick, you said the deck builder. I don't know if that's the next thing we're talking about. Let's see. We'll go ahead and see. Yep, deck building game, which is for Shatter of the Grid, the expansion pack.
Okay, I need to find the original.
So, I don't know how well this is basically, Rick can explain this to you, Ryan. Rick, go ahead and explain it.
Essentially, depending on the style of the game, you would choose either a hero or a villain. Sometimes you're battling against other players, sometimes you're battling against the deck. Again, it depends on the style that they choose to go for. I think Marvel's is more going towards the deck, whereas DC's is more towards DC is more towards the deck. I think Marvel might be. I don't know. It's been a while. I know DC did come out with a versus version of their game as well.
Yeah.
So
So basically, it's just it's a card game, basically. Role playing card game, basically, is what you're saying.
Not really role play, but yeah.
So yeah, that's available. This is in. I believe I have this in our descriptions. Let's see. Yep, the date. Yep, and that's under the deck building game. Power Rangers deck building game. The expansion is available for order, and you guys can go ahead and just order that now. Hopefully, you still have some of it available. So you got that. Next up, I think our next topic is right here. We're going to get into the talking about the role playing games themselves, which are basically like score books, I believe. Power Rangers role playing game, Jump Through Time. That is available. They have a PDF for it as well as you order the score book. I think that's what that is. I believe that's what this is. But like I said, guys, you can order this right now. It's available. If you can see that it does involve three of the Time Force Rangers, two Ranger Series RPM Rangers, and then Vulcan Skulls Ranger forms within there. So, yeah, that's what it includes. I don't really know much about this. I know it's a role playing game, so I don't know how it works because I've never done this kind of stuff. I mean, maybe it would be interesting, but the thing is, it's like, the money and all that stuff and trying to. It's like, already spending a lot of money on lightning collection stuff. It's like, I don't know if I would want to start doing this, I mean, Ryan, if you were really into doing this role-playing game and the deck building and the Power Rangers here for the grid, which one would you pick if you had to choose out of all these different games within Renegade Studio games?
I'm trying to think. Maybe the deck building.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't talking about role playing in the bedroom or anything like that.
I don't need to talk about that. What happens in my bedroom stays in my bedroom.
Yeah. Whatever happens in his bedroom stays in his bedroom.
Emotional damage.
Slight jump scare.
Did that scare you?
A little bit.
But Rick, if you would have to pick, let's go to the next one very quick. I think it's the same type of subject, and this one is I think this is for pre-order. Power Rangers role-playing game, Night of Time, which is up for pre-order. That's in the description below. But Rick, if you would have to pick out of all three of these options for Power Rangers within Renegade Game Studios, which one would you choose? Would you choose Power Rangers Heroes for the Grid, the Power Rangers deck building game, or Power Rangers role-playing game?
Probably the deck building game, just because easier storage. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind Heroes for the Grid, so I can get the little minifigs. That way I can make my own Monopoly game to really mess with people. Or my own Clue game to really mess with people.
You bought too much stock. Now I must destroy you with my Megazord, or my Ranger, or my Monster.
Colonel Mustard with the Pink Ranger in the bedroom. Oh, wait. Those are supposed to be the weapons. I guess it was Pink Ranger with
Emotional damage.
I guess.
Depends on what kind of role playing they're doing, anyway. People are going to go, okay, I'm done with this. Keeps doing that. Ryan, you might as well have the sign ready just in case.
I already erased it, but I could rewrite a new one.
All right, so yeah, guys. So everything that what we talked about with this, these are available. Links are available in the description below. Some of them are available now. Some of them are for pre-order. So, guys, if you want to get these items, go to the description, click the link, and pick your poison. That's all I can say. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty good that they're still going with, they're continuing with Renegade Studios. We'll see how, I know there's more stuff coming from Renegade Studios, but we'll probably have to spread that out to another episode down the line of this season. So at least we'll have something to talk about the next few episodes or so, because there's just so much we need to figure out which episode. Well, I need to figure out which episode we're going to discuss a certain topic within that topic that we have. So, but speaking of topics, continuing this topic with Power Rangers Super 7, we have some Ultimate figures, which is Wave 5. And I got to tell you right now, guys, what I'm about to show you is something that the fans have been wanting for quite some time now. And that is a Bulk and Skull figure. I mean, the Green Ranger, yeah, and it's fine. And then the Black and Gold, yeah, sure, why not? But mainly Bulk and Skull. And then this is the bonus pack, which comes with each of these. Each one you get when you pre-order. And the full bundle, I put the full bundle link in the description for Wave 5. So that way you guys can either do that, or you can just go that link and then search for which ones you want to get separately. I know that there's a limited time for how long they keep the pre-orders for up on their site. So let me go ahead and look at that really quick. So let's see. I believe, yeah, so 4 days pre-order. So the Friday, so the pre-orders close this Friday the 13th at 7 p.m. I don't know if it's Pacific Standard Time or Eastern Standard Time, but once they get the pre-orders in, they will shut down the pre-orders at that time. So guys, make sure you get. This is under the bundles, but I'm sure that's the same for every one of these. So let me look. I believe that's for every single one of these. Yep, that's for every single one of these figures. So the pre-order ends on Friday for the Super 7 Wave. But I'm going to show you some individual photos here. We're going to start with, I believe it's Bulk and... I believe it's... No, it's the Black and Gold Megazord. Now, for those of you guys that like variants and everything, because, we cannot get enough variant-colored Megazords. Am I right, guys? You know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, they're not bad looking. I just think, it's cool. It's fine looking. Nothing wrong with that. The stuff that comes with it, they get like a black looking char. At this point, the charred power coin or something with all the dinosaurs on it, and then you get 3 out of the 6 Rangers on there. Now, I know that they released a black and gold Dragon Zord for a Comic-Con exclusive this year. I think they did that, and that's why they did this for the Ultimate figures. More than likely. I think we talked about that. Because we were discussing about a lot of other things, and I think that's one of the topics we talked about, and they released that. So, I mean, it's fine for what it is. Also comes in this cool packaging for the Black and Gold, and I do like that. Now, this one that's next, I believe this is the one we want to talk about, is Bulk and Skull.
Now, is it 1 pack or is it 2 packs?
They're separate. You can either get it in the bundle pack with all the waves, including the Green Ranger, but it would be a separate pack. from each other. So we get them individually that way. So let's go ahead and look at Skull. He comes with 2 different head sculpts, portrait sculpts, and he comes with the glasses, sunglasses right there, and the video camera, and then I think 6 interchangeable hands, I believe, or 3. And then he comes with, which I thought was perfect.
And the hot dog.
Yep.
So a hot dog.
Ryan,
Bonus item if you pre-order.
what do you say?
Isn't there a bonus item if you pre-order the whole set?
Yes, but I think they all come with that bonus item. I believe so, because I think when I clicked on it,
Yeah, I think you have to pre-order in order to get it, though.
yeah, I think that's the item. I'll tell at the end of that when we get to that point. I'll have to bring that up. You'll see what the bonus is. Only for the exclusive super pack, or maybe let's see. Oh, pre-order the full wave from Super 7 and get exclusive. So I guess it's only for the bundle, I believe. But we'll get to that once we get to the end of this. So that's why I'm trying to get this out of the way. But Ryan, remember that little item, the hot dog?
Not really.
Oh,
It's been a long time since I've seen the original.
Yeah. Rick, do you remember that?
I think it was a microphone for something.
It was not a microphone.
Oh.
It was a morpher from Crystal Nightmare.
Oh.
When they had that, where they were having these, when they were hiding underneath the bed at this cabin, the Rangers were going to go.
Oh, okay.
And then they're going to pull it out and go, it's morphin' time.
Yeah. Isn't that the episode with the doll that was made into a monster? And there's that poor edit where there's a kid standing next to the Megazord.
Yeah. For Whom the Bell Tolls, I think.
Yeah.
Was the episode? Yeah.
No, that was this is the, maybe. No, I don't know. But anyway, it's been a while since we've seen this, but it is funny that they are including that. And it's cool that that Super 7 gave us a Vulcan Skull figure.
Yeah.
I mean, Lightning Collection. I mean, Hasbro, Lightning Collection. Come on. Get on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get on that. We know Super 7 is doing it. You guys need to get on that. These guys were as popular as the Power Rangers. I'm just saying, that's basically the truth. And now we're going to get into Bulk. Oh, wait, no, Skull's packaging is a little, the Bulk and Skull packaging has a different look to it. It has like the juice bar and Skull. And it's funny, they actually have their full names on there, Eugene Skullovich. So I like that. I like the packaging. That's pretty cool. And now we're going to get into
Bulk.
Bulk.
The fact that Bulk and Skull were known by the nickname off of their last name.
Mm-hmm. So Bulk comes with 6 individual swapping hands.
I mean, just imagine if you were known by Fern.
Oh, God. And then you have 2 head sculpts. One where he is just with his ponytail and everything, and then the one with his weird-looking cap. I don't even know what you call that.
Oh, these are little white ones.
Old-looking freaking football helmet back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. And then you've got, he's got his own glasses, I believe. I don't know what that also from.
Yeah.
He's got the binoculars, and then he's got his burger morpher right there.
The burger morpher before the burger morpher.
Before the Sentai version
Yes.
of
Power Rangers did it first.
Well, no, Sentai did it.
No,
Power Rangers did not use the burger in the Ninja Steel did not use the
I
burger.
know. That's why I said Power Rangers did it first. Power Rangers had a burger morpher first.
No, they did not.
Yeah, they did right there.
That was a
Oh god.
that you mean the dream sequence? I'm talking. Oh my god, never mind.
Yes.
I was
Power
talking
Rangers
about
still did a burger
Sentai.
roll for first.
Anyway, all right, whatever.
Oh god.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Boy.
Anyway, so yeah, they include that. Which I think is awesome. And then another, Falk is Bulkmeyer. That's his full name, but he goes by Bulk. The
Yep.
nickname is Bulk. For Skull. Skull is shortened for Skullovich, and
Yes.
Bulk is short for Bulkmeyer, which I think is awesome. And I like the packaging of these, and they're great looking.
Oh. There's a pipe right
Well,
there.
let's go ahead to the next one, which I think is going to be what I think is really cool of how they did this, because I mean, even though they've already released this figure, but I'm glad they did a variant of this, and that is the Green Ranger figure, where it can glow in the dark. It includes 2 different head sculpts for Tommy, and then you've got, and this one does not include any of the all the stuff that the other one included. It just includes a dragon dagger, it includes a shield, and it's swappable arms and swappable hands. And then you got the morpher right down in the corner right here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool of how they're doing that. And also, just the usual. It's called Green Ranger Radiant Gold, Radiant Glow, and it glows in the dark. So that's pretty cool. And for that bonus pack, this is only available, which says right here, pre-order the full wave. So I don't know, and get the exclusive super. Okay, this is the super pack. So
Yep.
if you get, no matter which one you buy for this pre-order, whether it's this individual.
No, it's full wave. So you have to order all of them.
Well, then why do they have it listed like this then? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, it says pre-order the full wave. So all of the ones in that wave. Exclusive super pack. So it is a separate pack that will be included if you order all 4 figures. Or
But then why the heck would they have it listed under each individual figure? That's what I don't understand.
Because they're trying to get you to order all of them.
Okay.
You don't get that if you only order one.
Okay. And don't shake your head at me.
I think you got some emotional damage.
Well, you know what I'm going through, so of course I have some emotional damage. But I'm not going to talk about that one here. We're going to move on from that. I'm going to go ahead and ask some questions. I'm going to go to Ryan first. Ryan, with the Super 7 figure waves, these are very expensive. They're not cheap. I mean, the freaking whatchamacallit, the bundle pack, with all 4 of them is $240. And the other ones that are individually for sale, besides the Bulk and Skull ones are $55, and then you've got the Green Ranger, which is $65, and I don't know how much the other one is.
Megazords are usually, or the bigger Zords are usually a little bit more.
So the Green Ranger and the Green Ranger figure, ultimate figure, is $65, and so is the Megazord one, $65. But I mean, I don't know, Ryan. What do you think of these?
How much is the full bundle?
$240.
Okay.
$240.
If you order the full bundle, you're saving $20.
Depending on shipping and handling.
Well, you're still saving $20 off the figures.
Yeah. So, like I was saying,
Hold on.
Plus getting the extra.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. They're Bulk and Skull are $55 each, right?
No.
They're
Bulk and Skull are 55 each. And then
Okay.
you've got the green.
That's 110, and those are 65. So it's about the
You
same
said 10.
price.
Yeah.
It's about the same price, I think.
What do you
But
think of these?
But yeah, you're getting the extra pack with
Yeah.
it too. So yeah, you're still saving.
Yeah.
Um,
So I don't know.
they're
What do you
not
think?
they're not bad. It's if you're interested in them, go for them.
Yeah.
Price wise, I guess is okay. I don't know. I mean, I like them. I've like seen like all the other waves and stuff, but it's that price tag for me is a little too much. But
It's hard because also, and then the way they're like, because they're 7 inches, I believe,
Mhm.
7 inches long.
Yeah.
And they're a lot bigger than, and I think the Megazord's like at least a little bit higher in inch wise, but I know that its thing is it's about space and cost.
mhm.
Oh,
That's my take on this, but I like it. I mean, getting the Bulk and Skull pack, getting the Bulk and Skull individual figures, I like that they did that. I'm glad they actually included Bulk and Skull. We have not had any Bulk and Skull related toy items since Hasbro's bought it, or for many years. We haven't had anything Bulk and Skull related.
Okay, so that's what I needed.
I mean, Rick, the thing is, it's like, yes, they're promoting Power Rangers, but the fact is, don't you? I mean, I don't know if you want to agree with me on this.
Those two are more essential to the team as like the civilian aspect of their lives more than any
Exactly.
other like civilian comedic act were to everyone else.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's like, they were a big part of Power Rangers as well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They weren't just these random side characters. They had a role to play.
They were, I mean, granted,
They actually had some good character development up until Turbo.
Yeah. Surprised they haven't.
Which season was it where they turned into monkeys?
Turbo.
Okay.
And then when they got turned back, that's pretty much when a lot of the character development they actually did go through disappeared. Like they didn't go back being the school bully, but
they went to get doing odd jobs.
I feel that they lost some IQ at that point.
And the fact is, it's funny because they still able to. So apparently, they still graduated from high school. So that was pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, they were working as detectives. They're in Zeo and not going to school. So I wonder if they graduated a year before the Rangers.
More than likely, they probably had to do a lot of summer school.
I mean, then again, who knows? They may have graduated early like Billy because, I mean, they did do the police academy and stuff. So
it could have been a workforce thing too.
Yeah.
Or they did something with, there's so many theories at this point. We don't know how that happened, but.
Actually, I think what happened is the writers forgot Bulk and Skull were supposed to be in school.
Yeah, more likely. But before we continue on with,
detectives. Okay,
before we continue on with this topic, there is one more thing to talk about in Super 7. Just when I get there, what if they did an ultimate figure for Ernie?
Give him a little juice bar stand, some cups.
I mean, he was a big character too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Stone, yeah.
If the Super 7 figures were in 6-inch, I'd be buying the Bulk and Skull.
Unfortunately,
Right.
It's just that
it would be weird to have Bulk and Skull stand taller than the Rangers.
Yeah.
Unless I buy the Super 7.
But like I said, I'm giving props for Super 7. I like what they have done. I hope that, with whatever's going on with the Lightning Collection and when they're going to come back from their hiatus from doing stuff, hopefully we get a Bulk and Skull something or other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, both
you
can
know-
sell 2-pack.
Exactly. Hopefully, we get something like that. That'd be awesome to have. Because
I need one more green candle. That way I can turn it red.
oh, did you miss your chance for the Violet Rita? Yeah, remember we talked about that?
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's gone. That's gone now. It's been sold out. But
I can buy one here on eBay for $80.
Oh, jeez.
Not worth it.
So
Hmm.
we were discussing variants, and you guys know what I'm going to be talking about here. It's a reaction figure, and it's a Megazord. It's the Dino Megazord.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
So what? I'm going to go to Ryan. Ryan, this month, what holiday is this month?
Halloween.
We've got a Halloween variant of the Dino Megazord for the reaction figure.
You know, if they didn't put the pumpkins on there, it could be representing the Bengals.
Yeah. Hooray.
Yeah.
And that's actually available on, I believe did I put that under Super?
Hey, the Bengals won today, so hell yeah.
About time.
I don't think I put that on here. All right, so I got to go back and edit this. So I don't think that's in our description, but I will put that in here. Hopefully,
I can get it on eBay or on Amazon for $50.
Let's see how it looks. So
The Rita or this variant?
The Rita.
Yeah. So, wait a minute. Let's see about this. So, yeah, this is available to buy now for $25. Not bad for what you're paying for this variant. If you like theme stuff like this, then go for it. I mean, for it being something representing Halloween and everything, was it necessary? No.
They got to do
It's something-
Christmas one now.
I know.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
waiting. I'm just waiting. But Ryan, what do you think of this variant? I mean, it's $25 for this variant figure.
That's all right. I mean, if you're collecting Zords and you like Power Rangers, why not? I mean, I think it's okay.
Rick, what about you, man? What do you think of this Halloween variant?
I mean, I do like Ryan's comment about it being could be for the Bengals. I mean, it's not a bad looking design.
No, not at all. I mean, I just think it's kind of a.
I mean, my Power Morphicon ones aren't even open, so I don't think I'd ever open them.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, Ryan, did you ever open yours?
No, I haven't opened any of it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to want to open something that you can't go put back in the box.
As weird as it sounds, I do like the fact that, especially in this boxing, how the Mastodon shield looks like a pumpkin a little bit.
I did
So
not realize
it
that.
kind of does fit.
Yeah.
It does make it look like he's wearing, like, because of the black on like the waist and like the top of the legs before you get to the saber-tooth tiger and the triceratops, like he's wearing underwear or something.
So, guys, I did just put it in the description. So it's under Megazord Halloween. You just have to click that and order it there. It will, it's not going to be a pre-order. It's available on there right now. Who knows if they're going to release these in stores? More likely, you're only able to get this on Super 7. That's the only where you can actually get this figure. But who knows? But, I mean, like I said, Super 7 has done a great job on doing everything, figure-wise, you know what I mean? I give them props for everything they've done. And the question is if they're going to actually continue on after Mighty Morphin. Because, Mighty Morphin is what started Power Rangers and
bread and butter.
how much. Yep, exactly. And how much they're going to milk Mighty Morphin from here on out. But, who knows? That's just the question of the day of who knows what's going to happen. And did I do something wrong here on here? I think I swapped him around. Yeah, I have to fix that. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's at least on here. So anyway, our next topic, guys, if you know, for those of you guys that live in New York City, New York Comic-Con is happening the 12th through the 15th. It's a 4-day event. It goes from Thursday all the way to Sunday. And we've got some guests that are going to be there, that Power Ranger guests. So let's go ahead and look at that. We've got at the Ranger Stop booth, we got Nakia Burris, Steve Cardenas, Karen Ashley, and Catherine Sutherland. Now, if you look at the promotional photo for the Mighty Morphin red, yellow, and pink, Rick, what are those they're using?
Well, you get the Power Blaster, the Power Daggers. Guess it could be images from oh god, they're the Figure Zero things.
The 3-0, yep.
Yeah.
Those are the ones they use. Besides Zeo Ranger Yellow, that was not from that. That's an actual image. So basically they added Ryan, you know what the 3-0 figures are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things that are like $100. Jeez, things are expensive. If they weren't that expensive, then I'd probably
if everything wasn't that expensive, I'd own it.
And then also that's going to be there at New York Comic-Con that weekend is Austin St. John and Jason Narvi. They will be there as well. So, guys, if you want to see, hold on. So that's pretty cool that, they're going to have them there. And I like that. I like that a lot of the so let me see if there's anybody else. I mean, I like that, they're having a lot of the actors go to this and, because I think I don't know how, ever since Power Rangers, like Power Morphicon, they started branching and doing more conventions, it seems like. And then some guests that are going to be there. We've got Tracy Lynn Cruz. She is going to be there that whole weekend. Wait, hold on a second. Where's the booth they're going to be at? It says they're going to be at in the booth at this signing area. I don't know where, but apparently it's going to be around that area. I don't know what booth that is, but it's, you guys will probably have to look through the thing. Signing at Urban Action Showcase booth, Tracy Lynn Cruz. And guys, if you get a picture with her, she also takes pictures. Her husband takes pictures of the people she meets as well. So not only are you getting a picture, not only are you getting pictures for your page or anything like that, you're also getting a picture for her page. So it's pretty cool that she does that. It'd be nice if Ryan was able to meet her at the Cincinnati Comic Expo. I think it was 2 years ago. She was there.
It may have been.
Yeah, because the first one he went to was last year, so it had to be 2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's when she was at. So I know that Austin was there, David Fielding, and Tracy Lynn Cruz. Those 3 cast members of Power Rangers were there.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool that she was there, and she's really nice. She loves interacting with the fans, and it's cool to see the actors just not just they actually get up and interact with the fans. Sometimes I know that it's much better just to sit there and do it, but at the same time, it's also nice to see a lot of actors. Because at Cincinnati at the Expo last month, you've seen a lot of the actors get up,
Oh yeah.
You know, they don't just sit down all the time. They literally are standing. You know, they're not just sitting at their table all the time. They like to interact with the fans and everything. So it's always cool because when I met David Ramsey from Arrow, he wasn't sitting. So that was pretty cool. And I think he's the one that took the selfie because they have many photos of that. So, but also, and I think the last guest of Power Rangers is Jason Font. He is going to be there. And that's the booth number right there. And I'm trying to think, and he's also going to be promoting Legend of the White Dragon because he's going to be in that, and in honor of Jason David Frank and everything, because it's guys, I can't wait for Legend of the White Dragon. I look forward to everything what they're doing with this. Guys, all I gotta say is show your support for Legend of the White Dragon. Definitely, if you guys get a chance, once it comes out in theaters, go check it out. I mean, this is something that Jason put his heart and soul in. Something that he's wanting to do for a long time. And, being able to work with some Ranger cast members, Jason Font, Ciara Hanna, and Serena Vincent. Those 3 cast members from Power Rangers. And also, him, the main character of something that he co-created with Aaron Schoenke. This, I can't wait. I mean, so this lineup, Ryan, what do you think of this lineup of Power Ranger cast members that are going to be at New York Comic Con this coming weekend?
Yeah, it's a pretty big lineup.
Yeah, and I think New York Comic Con is pretty much owned by. I think they're owned by Comic Con International, or are they both separate from each other? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Rick, do you know anything about that?
What?
If they are owned by the same people that do San Diego Comic Con?
I have no idea.
Yeah, but I know New York Comic Con is a really big convention. Because I've seen a lot of stuff for that, and it's awesome that, do that. But yeah, guys, if you're interested in going and you live in New York, the link is in the description for tickets, for, all that stuff. So you guys get a chance to meet these actors, whether it's Power Ranger actors or whether it's, any other media actor. It's fun doing these kind of things. I mean, but like we said before, I mean, Ryan knows this, Rick knows this, everybody that's part of LR4 knows this. When you're going to a convention, I'm going to go down to the rules here, okay? 1, make sure you have the money for, Ryan, what would you need the money for?
Souvenirs, merch, autographs, pictures. You can't, I mean, you literally would have to go in there lucky enough to not buy anything.
Yeah, exactly. And I can tell you one thing, guys. We have experience with that. I mean,
More you guys than me.
I mean, I might have not have ended up with a lot of stuff this year at the San Diego Comic Con. And not a lot of, I mean, mainly like Lexington, I ended up with a lot of stuff. But Jesus. Yeah. There was not, I mean, there's got to be some, I mean, if you're going to these convention, guys, there's a chance that you are going to spend money on something. And especially food. Unfortunately,
food.
Nope.
Yeah, the food is just, sometimes the food's not all that great, worth the price. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? If you don't want to have to leave and come back into the convention, and they have a food vendor there.
Eat before you go, or plan it out accordingly.
Exactly.
Or just don't look at the clock, and you got a 50-50 chance of being fine.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys go to the bathroom before you stand in line for any celebrity. Because guaranteed, depending on who it is, you're going to be waiting there for quite a while, depending on how popular and who the celebrity is.
Yeah.
And also, guys, another thing, try not to talk their ears off, especially when they have a long line. Because then, people like me, Rick, or Ryan, if, we stand in line waiting to meet them, but then, if you talk their ears off so much, then it's like you're taking up a lot of valuable time for a lot of people to meet them.
Yeah,
So
that's
just
fine.
make sure, just try to,
Other people don't need to meet them.
yeah, try to be considerate of everybody else. Now, if there's nobody there and you just want to say a quick hello to them, like I did, the actors, and just talk to them just for a little bit, and then be on your merry way. And you see people start lining up, be on your merry way. Don't hold up a line. Don't build up a line because that's one thing you don't want to do because then you'll get that look like basically. I know you. I will remember you. Mental image. Hey, Ryan.
Hmm.
I just took a mental picture. Oh, God. And again.
Emotional damage.
Oh, God. So next up, we got some Funko Pops, guys. News. We've got a New York Comic Con exclusive, limited edition, heavy metal, Halloween 2023 New York Comic Con limited edition, Lord Zed soda. Vinyl figure. So I don't have a link for this because, they haven't posted it yet. But once they go on sale, I will definitely try to post a link on this webcast later. Or you guys can check out our Facebook or our X or, wherever else. Once they post a link for it, I will make sure to share it in the description whenever they post it because it's, you never know when they're going to post it up and when it's going to go on sale because these can go like that. So next up on the Funko topic, if you think we're only getting that from an exclusive, this is another exclusive. I don't think it's a Comic-Con. I don't think it's a New York Comic-Con exclusive, but it is an exclusive. A 6-pack of the Power Ranger of the Funko Soda Funko vinyls of Mighty Morphin. And you've got the regular design, and then you've got the like kind of variant design. So basically, if you have a black light, you can get that look to them. But that's not all. This variant, this soda pack also comes with a carrying cooler for something that's not really soda. Get it while supplies last. And I know that this is available for, right now it says notify me when it's available. I did put a link in there just in case you guys are interested in getting this. It is $100 just for all this. That's up to you if you want to buy this. I honestly, let me go to Ryan. Ryan, what do you think of this whole thing?
It's a cool idea. Price wise, maybe a little too much for me, but
Let's put it this way. If the freaking cooler can have some sort of thermal type of design in it, where you can actually
put the cans in there.
For actual soda cans, that'd be good. Rick, for this part of the Funko topic, what do you think is more stands out to you? This or the Lord Zed?
I mean, you got the 6-pack. Now, when it comes to that 6-pack, is it possible you get one or the other and not know, or do you get to choose?
I don't think you get to choose. I think I don't
It's
know
one or
how
the
that
other?
works because the variant is, I don't know what the variants and everything is. I'd have to share the link in the group chat later and see
Okay.
what you could, because I don't know how this works. Right now it says notify me when available because it hasn't gone up for sale yet, but I did put a
Yeah.
link in the description on this video on this webcast because that way, just in case when it goes up, some people will be able to click it and get it. So
Yeah.
I make sure to do that. But if you guys enjoy doing blind packs and everything, this may be for you. The Funko and Ryan, you have I gave you that Dragon Ball Z one, right?
The
But it wasn't like a
pins.
mystery. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact is, here's one thing I want to point out on this. All the Rangers from red, black, yellow, and blue have their dinosaur coins on their chest. The Pink Ranger, Rick.
Yes, the Pink Ranger has the crane instead of pterodactyl.
Which we know she gets the power of the crane later, but the fact is, they decided to say, well, we're going to make the crane for this Ranger. It's like, but it just doesn't fit with what you have there. You understand that, yes, she gets the power of the crane, but you think that you would do a pin that represents the pterodactyl.
You would think.
But anyway, these are available. You can actually buy these now, and they are. Let's see how much they are. They're $10 each. So if you want to buy them, because it's basically just a blind pack. That's what it is. You don't know which one you're going to get. So, but Ryan, what are your takes on blind packs individually when it comes to certain things?
It's a cool idea because it gets you like anticipation of what you're getting and you want more. But like how many of a variation or how many of the one figure you're going to get until you finally get the last one you're needing.
Exactly.
So here's
if you want to waste money when someone's willing to sell the one that you're looking for like 3 times as much as what you'd be willing to pay for it.
So who is a victim of buying blind packs?
My brother. Yeah, I had to.
And here's why. Because when they came out with the pint-sized heroes, I've got so many pint-sized heroes, and I'm still missing the other ones, and that was such a pain. Ryan can tell you, Rick can tell you, before Toys R Us closed.
He almost supplied Toys R Us enough money to stay open just on the blind packs.
And they ended up just giving me the freaking Green Ranger from the actual display thing.
Yep.
And here's the thing. Blind packs are it's a hit and miss.
That's the intention.
Exactly. So if you want to say, oh, I can get this, and it's like, well, I already have this one. So at this point, these might as well be tradable pins. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, you don't have that one yet? Well, here you go. I got 3 of them.
My daughter wants something like that for her birthday, but not with Power Rangers, with My Hero, because she got 2 of them for Christmas last year. And I'm like, so you may not be guaranteed any new characters. You can get double of whatever you have now.
Could you imagine if Hasbro decided to do something like that, but with the Ninja coins? That'd be funny as hell.
Let me put it this way. Also, kind of goes back to the whole thing with, well, this is anything like trading cards. You don't know what you're going to get.
Nope.
I mean, if it's a booster pack or a starter pack. Yep, there you go. There's Rick's example right there. So I remember the first time when they started doing the Power Rangers, for for Megaforce at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I remember buying a bunch of the Series 1, thinking that I was going to get different ones. And then I realized that, oh, yeah, I have all of them when I put them in order. And I'm like, and Rick took, because he's the one that told me he put his in order by the numbers. And then I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll do that. I just did it by, Ranger team. And then I looked and I'm like, holy crap, I have all of them. And I have freaking over 100, 600 extra. Oh, why did I do this?
That's because Nate had some emotional damage from that.
Hold on. Sorry, you were late on that, Ryan.
Emotional damage.
The fact that we haven't had that more.
I think we're at 10.
Yeah. We should have had you keep score. Who had most emotional damage, and you tallied up like, oh, man.
Tally on each photo.
So like that. So okay. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next topic, which is Legacy War news. So you've got this.
Fascinating creature.
This shadowy figure, and I think we can go ahead and just reveal who this mystery ranger is.
It's Harley Quinn.
It's Pikachu. Fuck.
What's her name? Priscilla?
It's Amy from Sonic.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu.
It's Kari Kamiya from Digimon.
Yeah.
Here it is. So let's
Angel
go ahead and
Woman.
reveal who this character is.
I was close. Fun to see Cosmic Fury. The two of them duking it out in the Dino Charge lair.
Am I the only one that realizes that they don't really show the villain actually fighting at all?
Oh no, it's literally in training mode, or player 2 doesn't have their controls.
Yeah, it's like they were promoting, basically, oh yeah, we're going to show you how to kick this guy's ass.
Yeah. Well, they can't have their new character accidentally get defeated in the promo.
But yeah, so on Legacy Wars is Amelia Jones as Cosmic Fury, Red Ranger. So, it's awesome that they decided to do that, introducing the new season. and
Is
representing.
she already in the game as the Dino Fury Pink Ranger?
I don't believe so. I think
Okay.
Zato.
I don't think there isn't that many Dino Fury or characters in the game.
There's only 3, right? Well, there's only 2. And
Red
speaking
and
of
green?
which,
Red and gold.
yeah, there's red, gold,
Oh,
and
You get
For-
Izzy. You get Izzy as
yes.
something else.
And
Yeah.
speaking of Izzy, as you guys know, when you do a reveal of a character, you also get a customized skin. So Izzy will be able to access her Cosmic Fury Green Ranger form.
but with the
customized
Dino.
Yeah.
With the Chroma Fury Saber.
Yeah.
So maybe at some point they'll do that for Zato, where he can turn from that to Zenith Ranger. I want to look that up right now. It's gonna drive me nuts.
Or
Or
his
gold.
Fury White suit.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah.
Introduce Zenith Ranger himself and give him the customized skin.
Yeah. But yeah.
Wait, am I revealing the next one?
You are not revealing anything, but we're not going to be talking about his character just yet, and any reveals until coming episodes, because we are still trying to get through certain episodes, Rick. And you know the rules.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm going to break these rules. Someone's going to get turned on. There you go. I satisfied someone's foot fetish. I don't know who, but hey, we'll do it again.
Yeah, I'm just looking up. I'm going to check it out. But yeah, so guys, Amelia's available. I know Izzy is available to play as these characters. I don't know when the customized skin is available for that. But yeah, Legacy Wars, there's a link in the description on how to download it. I haven't played it in a long time. Ryan, I don't think you've played it in a long time.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, for what it's worth, the game is still fun for people that still want to play it. And I'm glad that they're still doing it. They haven't stopped doing Legacy Wars. I mean, Rick, Ryan, what do you think of them still continuing on with Legacy Wars and all that?
I mean, I guess because it's simpler mechanics that they can do, so they can add more characters. I wish they could do more with Battle for the Grid, or make a newer fighting game, and then add more of the characters. Because I mean, you're going based off of like, what is it, points and stuff to make your attacks. So you may not have all those points to do those combos they just showed in that video.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, it's one of those things. It's like, when you're doing this kind of stuff, when you're creating this kind of game, and then, when they went from it's the same company that made Legacy Wars went into making Battle for the Grid. And they've only done like 3 seasons plus the Super or something like that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how they did it.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're like, you know what? We're done. They didn't, continue it, which is a shame. But at the same time, it gave them more to do with Legacy Wars. Rick, what do you think?
I think it's interesting. We'll see how it does.
Well, I mean, the big question is, it's more that we're talking about with them mainly focusing on Legacy Wars and then not even continuing Battle for the Grid. That's where we're at. That's what I'm asking about.
I mean, at the end of the day, again, what Ryan said, it is an easier mechanic.
That, and I don't remember if Legacy Wars has a like storyline to it,
No.
You're virtually just battling different teams and stuff, while Battle for the Grid has a distinct storyline. So you get some of the characters that are in the story, maybe a few that they can add to it. But
Legacy Wars
that
does have a storyline, but they don't have a storyline mode, a story mode.
Oh.
It's basically where the Rita from the 2017 movie has accessed the multiverse of Rangers from different places. And then they said, oh, well, they also accessed a multiverse, a different verse from the Street Fighter universe or something. And that's basically how they played on that with everything they did with this. And then the story one was based off the Shattered Grid.
Mhm.
So,
And I think most of the characters they add on were like in story mode that they haven't played as yet, and then a few of them they added for like other aspects. Like Rita was in like the beginning of the story where Tommy eventually betrays her, kind of stuff. And then I think a lot of like the other characters they added on were actually in the story; they just weren't playable. And then they added them, and then they decided to do the crossover with the Street Fighter ones.
But anyway, but now we're going to move on to Rick's Boom Time.
Okay. Hold on. My phone's deciding to have to reload.
Whew, God, I don't like this weather.
All right.
All right. Let's go to the first variant.
Oh, the main cover. Oh, yeah.
So go ahead and read the description and when this is supposed to come out.
So, on December 27th of 2023, this is issue 115 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. In something out of a nightmare, Tommy comes face to face with pure evil and watches in horror as the unthinkable happens to his friends. Dark Spectre's power grows and spreads, pitting Zord against Zord as corrupted Rangers battle their loved ones. As Mistress Vile begins to regret what she's unleashed, two other villains may be the key to the Rangers' only hope and the last resort for seeking answers within the morphing grid. As Darkest Hour continues.
All right, go ahead and tell us about this variant. And this is issue, what number is this?
115. Give me a second. All right, so this is the main cover. As you see, red Ranger in the front, black Ranger pulling cords out from the command center, control panels behind him, Zordon screaming out in horror and pain, which, sure. But yeah.
I wouldn't even say in pain. I think more likely like what they did in the show is where, they're disconnecting his connection.
Yeah.
From their dimension.
But no, that image does look like he's screaming out in pain.
So you ready for the next variant?
No, he's just like, no, don't do that.
Yeah. So you ready for the next variant?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, the zombie variant. Yeah. The Dark Grid variant. So, yeah. Speaking of a dark grid variant. Oh, I think.
Just gonna pull that out right
The one
now.
I got. Yeah.
So Ryan, what do you think of that variant?
That one's pretty
And then
cool.
we've got this variant too.
Well,
Ryan
this is
has,
for
that Rick has.
112.
Yep, that Rick has the green, and that's Matt from.
Yes. Yeah, you can tell it's matte based on the costume design.
Yeah. And I've got to say, the zombified, the grid design, dark grid design is freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Next variant.
Yep. So this one is the 1 in 50 variant. Tommy basically coming through the arch. You got Dark Spectre possessing the body of Zordon.
Then you have-
Read the comic to find out how that happens, by the way.
And the last variant for this issue.
Yep. This is the helmet variant. So you got Ninja Storm yellow, Time Force yellow, Mighty Morphin yellow, merged together.
Now, before we continue on to the next issue for the next series of Power Ranger comics, I brought this up to Rick because I've noticed them because last one we had, Ryan, I don't know if you were here for this. They had a helmet variant where they had Zeo Red and the Mighty Morphin Red.
No.
And I came to the conclusion that this is more likely representing the emissaries in the comic, where the emissaries would just randomly switch from different rangers representing that color. So like
And
red
it
would
does
be
make
just
sense.
because if you look at it, the design, I'm like, wait a minute, that is definitely got to be one of the emissaries. So I thought that was really cool that they interpret that. Because Rick thought, maybe that's like, well, they got it wrong because Jason wasn't Zeo Red, and they're just representing. And then it took me a while, like, wait a minute, so this does
It
make
took
sense.
this cover to think that.
Yeah, it does make sense of why they did that cover the way they did, because emissaries. So I thought that was cool. So next up for your topic, Rick, we've got this.
So now this will be released a few weeks before issue 115. Ranger Academy issue 3 is actually set to be released December 6th, 2023.
And before you continue, it's funny how that's going to be released on my birthday, on December 6th. And Ryan's sister-in-law birthday as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of funny but anyway, go on, Rick. Read about it.
Though exciting, Ranger Academy is challenging for Sage. Having trouble fitting in, Sage seeks answers in the Academy's library, discovering a connection to her adopted father's past in the library's archive. In an effort to learn more about the school and her place in it, Sage's curiosity takes her to an abandoned part of the campus, only to discover something even more shocking than she ever realized.
So discussing this variant right here.
Now there is a character that is popping up in Ranger Academy that is from a season of Power Rangers.
Yes.
You'll have to read to find out who. But I will tell you this. They're a teacher. And no, it's not Tommy.
Yeah. So, go ahead and tell us about this variant.
So this is the main cover. So the main cover is not a variant. It's the main cover.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep referring to it as variant. Variants mean alternate.
Well, the cover.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So the main cover. Yeah. And I mean, there's nothing really to say about the main cover except that, that's the main cover.
And then we've got this one right here.
Then you got the character design variant. Yeah. So if you like the character design variants, add this one to your collection.
Yes. Do so. And let's go to the next variant.
The 1 in 10 variant. So this would be the Blue Rangers Academy dorm area.
Yeah.
So there are multiple dorm areas. Each one, of course, is color-based. That is actually explained in Ranger Academy issue 1. So you have to read find out about those dorms, which ones there are. So,
and I think there's like one more.
Yeah, there's one more cover. The 1 in 25 variant. So, yeah. It's actually a really nice one.
So let me ask you this, Rick. So far, I mean, out of, with the Darkest Hour, I mean, have you had a chance to read the Darkest Hour?
So what's out so far, yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. And then what do you think, I mean, and Ranger Academy, what do you think? I mean, they're both separate from each other.
Yes. Ranger Academy is not connected to the current storyline. Now, it could be a later thing definitely would have to be a later point of time if it is connected to the comic universe, considering the instructor is a former Ranger and not from the Zordon era.
So now, what would you think? I mean, this being a whole different storyline, a whole originality storyline, than relying on any of any Ranger and everything. This is basically what I've understood of what I've seen and everything of this being new Rangers in training. I mean, what do you think of this storyline being that case? Going into a more in-depth storyline before actually revealing the suits and everything.
I mean, so, this is definitely going to end up being an interesting story. And as of right now, it does look like Ranger Academy may end up being a 4-part series. Not like 4 issues, but 4 separate series together. And the reason I say that is at the end of issue 1, there's a Ranger Academy orientation guide. And it does spell out year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. So I could see them getting to an ending point for Ranger Academy year 1 and rebranding the comic, say next year as, or well, 2020 into 2024, beginning of 2025 as Ranger Academy year 2. Kind of like what happened with Injustice.
I mean, that makes sense, definitely, because I understand that they are coming out with a trade paperback for all 4 issues.
Well, it's not a 4-issue series. It's going to have more than 4 issues as long as people buy it. I'm saying like 12 issues be year 1, 12 issues be year 2, something like that.
Well, I understand that there is. I mean, what I read in the description on Amazon for Volume 1 of Ranger Academy,
Yeah.
is 4 issues.
Volume 1.
Volume 1, and then you have 4 issues for that, and then
Yeah.
whatever they're going to continue on with the story.
Well, the thing is, I don't think Volume 1 will be year 1 and Volume 2 will be year 2. I think Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4 may be the year 1 collection.
Okay. I get what you're saying on that. But yeah, so Rick, where can you actually be able to order these, or where can you actually find these? I mean, we have the
local comic book shops, local comic retailers. There are comic book shops all over the country. Most of them are small businesses. Definitely check them out. Definitely pick up paper copies. Because it's much better than a glowing screen in your face.
And I know that they do have these available to pre-order on Boom Studios somewhere, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, you'd always buy it from the publisher directly.
Yeah, I posted in the link description, the link in the description of this video. So guys, definitely click on that to go and order it there, or go to your local comic book store, or go to a Barnes and Noble. Maybe they'll have the variants there, not variants, the volumes once they come out and everything. So
yeah,
your best bet is
find.
Yes. So yeah. So Ryan, what do you think of all these comics? I mean, I know you really haven't read a lot of them, but if you were to go back, what would you end up getting? Would you end up getting like the deluxe edition, or would you end up getting just the volumes like I have? What would you buy when it comes to series of the comic book? I mean, you would want to go back and the introduction of Lord Draken's story and all that stuff. I mean, how would you want
at this point, in order to catch up and do it quick, the best option would be to buy the trade paperback.
Yeah.
So
I'd probably do the volumes.
Yeah, because the deluxe ones are they're very expensive.
Yeah.
Because they have the deluxe editions that have all of that series within that deluxe edition and everything.
They're essentially omnibuses.
I mean, I'm still trying to read Shattered Grid. I've just haven't had a chance to get to that because I've always just, haven't sat down and read it. But I do like what they have done with this universe of Power Rangers in this comic book form. It's not, unfortunately, it's not canon.
It's not connected to the show, although elements from the show are canon.
Some of them have shown up in the show, but it's not all canon. Certain things have shown up.
The main series originally picked up essentially right after Jason freed Tommy from Rita's control. So agreeing with Evil still happened. We still have the event with Tommy losing his powers, becoming the White Ranger, Now you've got some other stuff involved with that as well. Both install aren't fully for online podcasters, YouTubers, which, yeah. But also, I would like to point out the Rangers' identities are known by somebody somewhere. Who knows who that is right now? Because there are way too many places with security cameras.
Well, let me jump in here on this. With the comics, they're set in more modern day. They're not really set up in the 90s. They're not set up during the time before.
Yes, which is why both of them are YouTubers now.
Because if you look at the comics, I understand that they actually have mobile phones. Back in the day, like smartphones and all that stuff, they don't have. They don't have like the mobile phones they had, like freaking giant They called a cell phone.
Yeah. But now think about it: the Ranger communicators blend in. It's a smartwatch
Without the screen.
Yeah.
It's the
thing is, the Rangers could
smartwatch.
literally sit there at a table at the youth center and not have to essentially hide their conversation as long as Zordon doesn't mention that they're Rangers.
Yeah. So, guys, now we're going to be getting into our Power Rangers episode rates, and that will be for Cosmic Fury. And we will be talking about episode 2, Beyond Repair, which is the reason why we call this episode
Emotional damage.
So let's go ahead and talk about this episode, guys. Right here is where they're on the in the base under Dino Henge, and they are trying to figure out. They're trying to create a type of prosthetic cybernetic arm.
Billy's doing measurements.
Yeah. So Ryan, what do you remember this episode? 'Cause you just watched it today.
Shit, I just lost my train of thought.
It happens.
I don't know. I mean, everything like we said, like at the beginning when we were starting to rate this season or whatever, how everything's just so fast paced and stuff, and going with trying to make the comedic stuff was there, but it's never really a big deal. Like when Izzy's going back to the Ion's Cafe to talk with her dad, and
that was
Jay Borg, and then we're sitting there like face into cake eating and stuff like that, and then
because that's how you eat flarkin cake,
right?
No table manners.
Why was Jay Borg eating?
Right. She don't need to. But even then, like at the end when she's like, "You're gonna save me some," and then she slides the plate over and she goes face first into it, and then even talk about like, why don't you tell Zed that everyone moved to Venus or we're on a vacation to Venus or something, and they're like, well, he knows that that's not the case and comes back. So like the comedic relief is subtle, so it's not there.
So yeah, which is very interesting how they did that. I like that.
And another thing is, I know because they haven't established anything yet, but like, I guess I was thinking about it too. Is like usually beforehand how Zords are designated to a certain ranger. And this one, like when they first were introduced, it's like, oh, here's these Zords, but they're not designated. Like when they when they call on the Megazord again, Ion's in the Scorpion. He's not in the Shark.
Yeah, in this episode.
Also, remember when the Zords were first summoned last episode, they said, "Which one do we get?" And Amelia was like, "Doesn't matter, pick one."
Yeah,
we need the lion. I'm taking that.
Yeah.
So in this scene right here, what I remember is they're talking to Mick, and he's going to search for Zato because he was kicked into a cosmic portal. And just to go, they're still looking for him. Even though, so at this point, they have to go search for him, and they're dealing with so much going on during this time. With Javi losing his arm, and in order to summon the Cosmic Fury Zords, and with Ollie still. They're trying to find a way to cure him from the poison. And like I said, there's just so much going on.
Oh, yeah.
So Ollie wakes up during that scene, and he's no matter with the dose they sprayed on him, still did not work. Because he took such a heavy dose they gave him a much potent dose of that poison that caused him to turn evil and still be under control. So they have to come up with another plan. Rick, what do you remember of that during that scene? What's the plan they come up with?
Basically oh God, what's that thing called? Essentially, they're going to try to purge his Ranger energy with pure energy from the grid using his Dino Henge statue. I can't remember the actual medical term for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And I got to say, though, but this scene right here, which is awesome, when we see Billy morph, and it represents Mighty Morphin for the first season, where it blends in just his hand and his head. I like how they did that edit. That was awesome. That's so cool. And then also this represents the third season of Power Rangers. The reason why I say that is because in the third season, when they said, White Ranger power, their helmets appeared.
Everyone attack me!
And this was the one right here. And then the Blue Ranger, he says Triceratops, so they added that. So that's kind of a play of homage to season 1 and season 3. If you think about it. That's just how I take it.
Yeah.
And during that scene, thing is, during that time, Izzy's packing and she's talking about what's going on. But the thing is, they do not want to cause a panic. They go to, and during that time, they're going to battle, find a way to cure Ollie, and Ollie pretends to be cured. And, Amelia's like, I ain't falling for this shit. I ain't stupid. You can't act worth shit. Plus, I'm an alien. I can read your mind. They get him out of they get him off the base, and they hit him with that laser to try to. And then they come back to the base first off, before all that. And Ollie's got his new robotic arm, but he's still his cybernetic.
Javi.
Thank you. Javi's arm is not, functioning right because, he's not, fully in control just yet. So what I like about that is when he morphs to join the fight into the Dino, Fern shows up because, she's still looking for Izzy and she has the Dino Henge. And it's funny because when Javi morphs, his cybernetic arm becomes part of his suit. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That or his suit just doesn't cover the arm.
That too. but I do think it's pretty cool of how they did that, interpreting that, you know. So I thought that was pretty cool of how they did that. And so Javi saves Fern and sends her gets her back to the base, and you know, not used to teleporting, kind
I
of,
think
you
I
know,
left my stomach out there.
yeah, or something like that. And so when Lord Zed shows up, he destroys 5 out of the 6 Dino Henge statues. But Rick, what happens with the Tricera statue?
Well, Ollie basically gets down on his knee, holds out his sword, and begs Lord Zed to spare his statue in order so that he may continue to fight for Lord Zed. And Lord Zed says, I do love an evil ranger.
Well, the fact is, it's like, you know, he didn't believe him at first. And, you know, there's
Oh,
Amelia.
If Ollie commits an act of domestic violence.
Yeah. And
happy.
That's where
Emotional damage.
comes into play. They have to face facts, and the only way they can get away in the squid drill is trying to destroy the base. The only option they have is to press a button that was revealed earlier in the episode, which had the ability to, Ryan.
Teleport?
Yep. But unfortunately, Rick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it might have the ability to teleport, but what was the one thing about the teleportation was, Rick?
The farthest, most habitable planet.
Yeah, but also with that, the teleport.
Essentially a one-time use.
Exactly. So they're stranded on a planet, trying to figure out what to do next, and you know, they start saying like, you know, we're stranded on another planet, no way home, not a big deal, right? And look who comes in.
Not a big deal.
They kind of forgot somebody. They kind of forgot that they brought a passenger on board. Oh.
Who brought this fern into our ship?
Who brought this fern into our ship? So with this episode, I liked everything they've done from start to finish. At that point, Lord Zed does end up taking over Earth. But we'll get into that a little bit later in the next episode or so. I don't know if it's the next episode, probably later episodes. But this was a great episode. It did a good job. But I'm going to go ahead and let my admins give their opinions on it. I'm going to start with Ryan. Ryan, what did you think of episode 2 of Beyond Repair?
I mean, the title we have for this episode's perfect because they never caught a break whatsoever. Like every time they thought they'd have a step up and everything, it's like, oh no, gotcha, and stuff like that. I do like how kind of comedic with Ion and Billy talk about who's the oldest one and stuff, and when Billy morphs to stop the Sentinels, and she's like, "There goes that young man," or whatever. And I
look at that.
In a weird sense,
go.
like when he had the lance and stuff, I was like, "Oh, they're shooting at him. What he's gonna do?" And you kind of see him like deflect it a little bit while he spins his lance and shit.
Oh, look at that little young man go!
Cool.
I'm like this. I'm like, dude, really?
The fact that it stays in lance form, it doesn't.
Dual wielding.
Yeah.
That was funny of how they did that. So what would you rate this episode?
Still about 8 or 9 out of 10.
Okay. So Rick, go ahead, man. Just tell us what you thought of this episode and give us a rate.
This was a really good episode. I did like it. I do question the idea of Jay Borg having to eat. I mean, after all, she's an android. If she's turned off, she ain't eating. Is she going to starve to death by being turned off? I mean, it is still funny. Don't get me wrong. But overall, I'm going to give it like a 9.5 because there are certain things that could be different, but overall, it is a good episode. Now, if it were like 40, 45 minutes long, I think it would be closer to a 10.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say, I mean, I agree with you on that, but I would have to say, I mean, I did enjoy this episode from start to finish, especially now that showing that, but I do still think this is kind of an odd choice, you know, to make Ollie evil in a 10 episode season. We'll get more down to that as we go along with talking about the episodes and everything in future. But I'm going to give it a 10 because, you know, how they're dealing with a lot of stuff during that time, you know, with, like I said, Javi losing his arm and, you know, he has to adjust, you know, using this prosthetic. And then with the fact is them losing Zato, not knowing where he is. And on top of that, you know, Ollie being turned evil again, but with his ranger energy being corrupted this time. And I thought everything was really good from start to finish. I like how they explain Fern of how she ends up with them on their cosmic adventures. So that was really good. I give it a 10. So, I mean, yeah, this season was, I mean, this episode was really good. I look forward to talking about the next episode in our next webcast. So, yeah, Ryan, would you like to say a few things before we sign off?
A few things. I really don't. I mean, more I could say is like I enjoyed the season for what it was and stuff. I mean, like I'll probably could say until we're blue in the face. I wish they could have had a little bit more, but what we got, it was good. Looking forward to what they're going to do in the future. I just hope they take the time and the care and to if the going something new is the route that they're going with. Just take time with it. I would rather have them take the time to flesh something out to where it's, you know, worth the time than just like, you know, with, I guess you'd say with how the Lightning collection went from it being really good to almost to the point of being almost hit and miss with everything because now you're questioning what you're getting. So,
Right. Yeah, especially the part with the, you know, not having the window and taking your chance and hope they're not missing any items or anything.
Yeah.
Hasbro, you need to go back doing that, okay?
But
Rick?
I mean, the rest of the season, we'll see and go from there.
Yeah. And, you know,
You
I don't know
want
if I told you this.
to do anything.
So what we do is at the end of this season of LR4, we always talk about the final episode of Power Rangers, and then we, as a whole, we rate it going on from that episode and on to the whole season. So we'll be doing that at the end of this season of LR4 as a whole. So that's what we do here. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and Rick, like you said, I'm going to say this.
Support your local comic book shops. Support small businesses.
Yeah.
You know, support the paper copy.
Yeah. Ryan, one more thing. Do you want to say anything?
Just be kind to each other. Look out for each other. You know, world sucks from time to time. Just if you know, helping hand. Yeah. That's all I can say, really.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, that's it for our episode. We got some other topics to talk about. I'm trying to get as many topics to cover for every Sunday episode of LR4. It's really kind of difficult when you only have a certain amount of stuff to talk about. I'm gonna try to figure out. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have Rick's segment next Sunday because there's not really anything to talk about. But I'm gonna talk to him about it and see if we can do something about that and see what we can go on going forward. Hopefully, we get more news on upcoming issues for 2024 and everything like that. So we'll figure out what to do for that. But yeah, for those of you guys who haven't watched this yet, you can go back and watch it. You can skim through certain things you want to hear of us ramble on about. And, and guys, if you're dealing with a lot of stuff, remember, if you're going through stuff, I mean, I'm going through a lot of stuff right now. I'm not going to get into that. But, if you're going through
Emotional damage.
just,
Nate's just lucky. He has friends like us, so he doesn't need enemies.
and just, like he said, what Brian said, be kind to each other and all that. But also, guys, make sure in November 1st is when we're going to be doing our mystery box contest for LR4. The Morphin Mystery Box contest will be going up the 1st of November. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. And, guys, make sure to like and follow us on our Facebook page, like and follow, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And also follow us on X, or if you want to call it Twitter, whatever. And follow us on Instagram.
Only Pam's.
Oh, we do not. That does not exist. So, and also, guys, Ranger Stop is next month, the 10th through the 12th. If you guys are going to be there, me and Rick are going to be there. We're looking forward to it. A lot of lineup. I don't know if there's any more Ranger cast members that are going to be announced yet, but if there are, we're going to discuss them on this webcast, and I'll make sure to share it on LR4's social media platforms. So anyway, guys, make sure you guys stay safe, stay healthy, stay more phenomenal, and as Zordon always says, may the power protect you. And remember, it's morphin' time.
Emotional damage.
All right, buddy. Y'all have a good night.